Hey, is it this camera we have to look at? Hey, we are live for the first time on Facebook. Since this morning, I have Uwe Horstmann with me. My name is Daniel Wischewicz. I'm going to ask you a few questions. Uwe is our partner. I'm doing communications at Project A. And maybe for the start, we have for the first time Portfolio and Tech Day together. Our main goal is to share knowledge, to inspire each other. Why is that so important? Why is it so important to share knowledge? Why is it not better to keep it for ourselves?
So I think what we've seen in the world of software engineering with the open source movement, I think that was a revolution when people were saying, hey, source code, how software works, we're going to keep it to ourselves. That was the old model. And then seeing how people have really flourished and built better products by just sharing information. As opposed to everybody having to reinvent the wheel, suddenly we're able to stand on the shoulders of giants, basically, right? I mean, that is what's happening. And we think the same should apply to all kinds of knowledge in the startup world, not only software, where I think this is well established. A lot of the projects we are building are based on open source technology. But also when it comes down to data-driven sales, for example, the workshop that I just attended where Christoph was explaining, this is how we backed up offline sales processes with data science. I think if we can share this information with people, first of all, there's a lot of our portfolio companies here, so they will benefit from it. But there's also people here that are from outside of the portfolio that we don't necessarily even know, and we're happy to share information with them also because they will probably do cool stuff with that. And first of all, we like it when people do cool stuff. But I think even as an ecosystem, as a Berlin ecosystem, as a European ecosystem, it's also great. We have people here from all over the continent. It's just amazing to see if there's more good companies, if there's more interesting stuff happening. I think it's great to see it for us emotionally.
It's better for all of us,
but
right?
also business-wise, it's better for all of us because we will have more companies that we can hopefully convince that they will take our investment, that they hopefully will take our money.
Right, and we are going to get each other on a higher level when we learn from the
Hopefully.
others.
And not only because we have great workshops that tell you, this is how you should do it, but also there's workshops with, hey, this is what we did and it did not work. I think that's just as important to talk about.
Learn from our failures.
Exactly, and we do produce a lot of failures also, to be honest, but I think arguably there's even more learning effect in failures. So the idea that we try to bring across in the beginning when talking about the workshops, that people should approach it with a very open mind, a certain intellectual humbleness, I can learn something from here, but also ask not only how did you do this, but also what did you do that didn't work. I think that's also really helpful.
You attended now the workshop of Christoph, who is leading our venture department that also contains of sales, and it was about data-driven in sales, you said, and you learned something. What did you learn, what we can share now with the audience?
It was pretty cool to see how they took a very old-fashioned industry, and a very old-fashioned process, which is key account management, which means within your customers, you have a couple of customers that are, better than the others in terms of revenue that they bring in.
Premium customers, kind of.
Exactly. And what they did is basically combined that old approach with data science by trying to predict very early on based on a lot of characteristics that they have because it's digital business, so you can measure almost anything. And they found out an algorithm, or they discovered an algorithm, or they created an algorithm that predicts quite well, is this customer, based on this behavior in the first 2 weeks, a candidate to become a premium customer. And only for those, it really makes sense to pick up the phone and call them, and give them special service and special treatment. And I think the uplifts, so the improvement of business that we've seen with them, it's just amazing. And it's a cool combination. It's of course a very nerdy approach, but I think we embrace the term of being nerds. We love to be nerds, and I think applying data science on something so old school and offline as key account management was very interesting.
I think they did it on KataWiki, right? That was the first case.
Well. KataWiki as well. I mean, it's obviously one of our biggest portfolio companies, and there's going to be another workshop on KataWiki where they manage marketplace liquidity. Also, it's an auction platform. So people auction off their special collectible items, whether it's stamps or cars or
watches,
small cars, big cars, everything. Really.
Old timers.
Exactly. And also there's like a prediction, trying to estimate upfront, will this sell, for how much will this sell? And that's a very, in a way, similar, concept, and another great example how we merge data science with other aspects of our businesses, which I think is a cool recent trend. There's a lot of buzzword bingo also, not to say bullshit bingo, also around machine learning and data science, artificial intelligence. But then to see in those workshops by people who have actually done it, and actually explaining how they did it and what the results are, the real tangible uplifts.
What we learned. Yeah.
It's pretty cool. Yeah.
You mentioned something in the beginning, in the keynote, I would like to refer to. It's the first time I heard it from you. You said we as operational VC, as Project A, also something kind of a startup, disrupting the VC scene.
Yep.
So we really love to test new things. We don't love to fail, but we know that we can fail with this approach.
With failing at least, yeah.
But we learn a lot. And what are we disrupting? What is so special about Project A? And what did you think about when you said, okay, in a way, we as Project A are disrupting the VC scene?
So I think it's interesting that venture capital as an industry was involved in all of the innovative companies of the past 30, 40 years. Cisco, Apple, Amazon, Google, all those companies that are shaping the world, the digital world as we live in today, were influenced by venture capital, were funded by venture capital. But venture capital itself has not changed a single bit. And that is weird. And I think the economics of venture capital, where an average it doesn't really work. So the average return is not good in venture capital. So there is a potential for disruption.
Yeah.
And I think our approach is to think of it from an entrepreneur perspective, saying we don't want to be, just a pot of money that is available, and we are gatekeepers and decide who gets money and who doesn't. But we want to create a real product, a real cool thing for entrepreneurs. And we think that we need to figure out how can we actually get the best entrepreneurs, convince them.
What is the product we offer?
The product is not just money, because that you can get anywhere if you're a good entrepreneur.
Right.
The product that we offer is operational input, operational excellence, hopefully.
Support of our 100 experts
exactly,
we have.
Yeah. And that's an investment on our end, right? Because we could take this money and basically just invest it in a weekend home somewhere, but we put it into this organization. We want to create something that is really meaningful, impactful for entrepreneurs. And I think that's the spirit of the conference here also, not very fancy, but very hands-on, operational, helpful for people. That's the way we want to build this company. And it is an experiment, but it's one that's working quite well. So that's also feedback we got yesterday on the financial performance of the fund and so on. Can't disclose the numbers, but it's, in the top bracket.
Sharing many things, but maybe not every detail.
Yeah. Hopefully we can even open source that at some point, right? I mean, I think year by year we'll push the boundary further. Now we have invited more external guests, and hopefully we'll be able to expand that. But that's our way of innovating this model.
The Portfolio and Tech Day. Now some workshops are already taking place, and more will take place. 2 of them we are going to stream at 12:30. At 11:30. We are going to stream one workshop. It's about content marketing. Our CMO, our Chief Marketing Officer, Dorothee Seedorf, will be sharing some secret insights with you that are not secret because we share the knowledge. And the second stream, the second workshop we are going to stream will take place at 2 o'clock. It will be led by Francesco Laferla, our director of design. We're also sharing our insights there. Will you attend those workshops?
Absolutely.
Test is taking place in the background.
Test. Exactly. It's all very agile, still happening back here, but I'll definitely attend, of course.
What do you know about the newest hot things in content marketing?
Well, not enough, obviously. I mean, I work with a couple of the companies I'm in charge of, and they have seen some great results on some content marketing techniques. But I can just recommend for everyone, whether you are in marketing or not, whether you're in the startup world or investor, to just tune in. We'll be, now or later, having this here on the Facebook page. We'll try to publish and promote it a bit, but I think it's going to be a very, very valuable resource for a lot of people, hopefully.
And we're going to have it live now. 11:30 is the time we want to start.
Yeah,
so in 5 minutes, maybe it'll take 1 or 2 minutes longer, but stay tuned. We are going to be back soon. Thank you so much, Uwe, for
Thank you guys.
talking to you, sharing your insights.
Absolutely. Cool.
So stay tuned.
See you later.